My name is Bob Huttinga. This winter, we spent some time in Malaysia, and while we were there, we were introduced to this amazing company, Swarna International, and they are marketing a product called Swarna Guard. This is a bioresonance generator, and it is very helpful for people to obtain optimal health. To begin with, I'd like to just give you a disclaimer. Swarna Guard is not a medical device. It does not cure or treat any disease or illness. Rather, it assists the body in decreasing the toxin load and restoring self-regulation, thereby letting the body recover itself. So what does the name Swarna mean? Swarna is a Sanskrit word meaning gold. How long has this device been around? Early versions of this device have been around for about 5 years, but 2 years ago, it was introduced in Indonesia, and November 2023, it was introduced into Malaysia. While we were in Malaysia, I was so excited about this that I convinced the president to let us bring it to the United States, and we're in the process of doing that now. So what is in the box? Most of the time when you receive it, this box is going to be sealed. However, sometimes they have been opened by customs. So you remove the cover, and let's take a look at what's inside here. The thing that you're most excited about is this little device, Swarna Guard. And of course, the first thing you're going to want to do is power it up to see if it's working. Press the power button up here, and the main screen shows complexes and settings. We'll get into that a little bit later. I'm going to turn it off again by pressing the power button for a couple seconds, and the screen goes dark. The next thing in the box is a carrying pouch. Now we use this so that you can wear this 24/7 if you want. Most people don't, but if you want to use it, you simply open the flap. This little button is a magnet, and I'll show you how to use that later. You insert the device into the pouch with the screen towards the plastic panel. I usually put mine in upside down so that when it's hanging from my neck, I can easily flip up and push the start button, and so I can see what the progression is on the complex. So we'll set that aside. We'll set the pouch aside. Next, you have a charging plug. This is a standard 5-volt. Sometimes these come with a 220 charging plug. If that occurs, you're going to have to discard that and use one of your own. Then you have a charging cable. This is also a data cable, and you simply plug that into your USB plug. And when you're ready to charge it, you place this micro B into the USB port, just like that. If we were hooked up to power, you would see a red light show up there. Next thing in the box is you're going to find a card. This shows your serial number, and it should match the serial number that's written on the bottom of the box. Next, you'll find a little tempered glass screen. If yours comes with this, we recommend that you don't use it. For a while, people were using these, but it decreases the sensitivity of the control buttons. So probably best just to discard that. Next is the manual, and we would recommend that you go through this page by page, read it carefully. It will give you important information about the device, how it works, etc. Some of this I will explain in the videos, but you can get lots of information from here. And besides the unit itself, this little sheet is the most important thing that you can use. This tells you what complexes are preloaded into the device. They're in alphabetical order. And on the back, there's some additional information, more complexes, more instructions, and recommendations how you start it. Now, if you wish, you can purchase a book that has all of the complexes and all of the programs that are running inside of those complexes. So let's say you pick acne, you would go to number 15, and that would show you all of the programs that are running within that. It also gives a little description of the kinds of things that people use it for. It shows you the total runtime. So this is valuable. It is on our website, and you can download it from there and print it yourself, or you can contact us and pay $15 to have this book sent to you. So that takes care of unboxing, and again, this should be quite self-explanatory. Now let's take a look at the device itself. As you can see, it's really quite small. There's a screen here. There's 5 buttons that will show you how to use. The left side is blank. The back shows the company logo. There's a designation here, CE. This is the same kind of designation that we would see on American-made devices where it says UL. Underwriter Laboratory certifies that this device is safe. This has to do with certified in Europe. Next to that is a little symbol that says don't dispose of this in the regular waste. It does have a lithium battery in it. This designation says USB, so that's where you're going to plug in your charging cord. And the 2 little hands show where the antenna, there are antennae inside of here that create the electromagnetic field. On the right side is a designated number here that matches your serial number. On the top is the power button. On the bottom, there's the USB port. There's a little speaker grill because the thing makes a noise. And in this little circle, the light will light up when it's being charged. And you also can check it to see if it's operational. And there will be a blue light in here. This looks like it could be a speaker port, but we don't recommend that you try putting a plug in that opening. So how effective is this? We really can't make any medical claims, but testimonials indicate that over 90% of people who use this device are very satisfied and have significant improvement in their health. Is it safe? Yes, it's very safe. It operates on weak electromagnetic fields. When that field with frequencies of your choosing is brought into your aura, your personal electromagnetic field, it harmonically brings your abnormal field back into its normal range. When that resonant vibrational frequency is restored, your body receives the correct messaging to restore the healthy physiology to your cells, tissues, organs, and your body as a whole. The only limitation is that it should not be used with anybody who has an implanted electronic medical device, such as a pacemaker or a deep brain stimulator. Devices like that are controlled by certain frequencies. It is slightly possible that the frequencies generated by the Swarna Guard can modify the control settings of those devices. Additional information on safety is available, and there's an entire book that shows all of the testing that was done. Most people don't need this. These are available, but they're a little pricey. They're $40. If you'd like one, you can get it. These documents show the safety verifications. This one is from a Canadian lab, and this one is the Federal Communication Commission. It's a declaration that this device has been tested and is determined to be safe. Again, if you have any safety questions, feel free to contact me. How do I know what frequencies are needed to help me achieve optimal health? The Swarna Guard device is pre-programmed with 210 complexes. Each complex has a variety of programs within it, and each program has a variety of frequencies within it. The normal resonant vibrational frequencies of all cells, tissues, and organs have been measured and compiled into a database that is programmed into this device. So each complex holds the frequencies that produce an electromagnetic field about 2 feet around the device. That field comes into your aura when you wear the Swarna Guard. Then it harmonically brings your field back to normal vibrational frequency. Your body knows how to do the rest. In June of 2024, any of 6,500 other complexes will be available in the cloud. You will be able to customize your device to the complexes that you need based on your symptoms. Can this device be used around cell phones and other electronic devices? Yes. There is no interference with either device when used close to each other. What is the investment? The investment is priceless if it will help you achieve optimal health. In the U.S., the investment for your health is $700. Because supplies are limited at the present time, a $100 deposit will hold one for you with the next shipment. When the shipment is ready, you will be notified and you can pay the balance of $600. You will then be sent a fillable order form, which you complete online and then submit to the home office in Malaysia. They will ship it directly to you free of charge to the shipping address that you supplied on the order form. How can I pay for Swarna Guard? We will have a credit card processor set up on our website. You can pay both the deposit or the full payment using the following accepted methods: Venmo, Zelle, Cash App, PayPal, or a personal check. For specific information about these payment systems, please contact Bob Huttinga at bob.huttinga@gmail.com or text 989-287-1986. Is there a warranty? There is a 1-year warranty on the device and a lifetime warranty on the battery. If you have any issues, please feel free to contact me at bob.huttinga@gmail.com or text me at 989-287-1986. What do I do if my device does not seem to be working correctly? The first thing to do is reboot it. Like all electronic devices, it sometimes needs to be reset or rebooted. To reboot your device, you open the flap on the pouch that came with your device. This button is a magnet. So what you do is you turn your device on by pressing the power button, and your screen will light up. What you do next is you hold your pouch and you just slide the button up the right side of the device. And when you do that, it will turn off. When it turns off, it's reset. So you wait about 10 seconds and then you can press the button again. And now it's ready to use. So that is the reboot process. How do I start using my Swarna device? You've already seen this in the reboot video, but you simply hold the power button down for 2 or 3 seconds. The screen will light up. The delay is on purpose. The reason for the delay is that helps to prevent unintentional startups and shutdowns. How do I select complexes to use? This little sheet is very important for that process. The 110 preloaded complexes are listed on this sheet and on the back. You select the complex that you would like to use, and you do that by powering up your device. And when you have looked at your sheet, let's say you're going to pick allergic rhinitis, number 19. and behind it, it says mode 1 or 2. If you look at some of these on the other side, some of them will say mode 3, some of them will say mode 4. So you have to set the mode. And in order to do that, we move the device down to settings by pushing the down arrow. What are the best complexes to use to begin with? So first you power up your device and you click on complexes. You do that by pressing OK. What is recommended is that you use the detox complexes for the first 2 or 3 weeks. So we do that by scrolling down, and you see here basic daytime detox for men. If you scroll down further, you see basic detox for women. And if you scroll down one more, basic nighttime detox. So what we recommend is that you do the nighttime detox each night, and then you do the daytime detox for men or women, depending which one fits you. In addition to that, we recommend using complex number 8. So after you've done your daytime detox, go to number 8. This is called Super Program. Now, how do you know what's going on within these programs? Let's go back to allergic rhinitis. If I click on this right arrow, it shows the programs that are active within that complex. And I can scroll down through these, and it'll show me all of the different programs. And let's say I want to know what frequencies are in each of these programs. Again, click on the right arrow, and it lists all of the frequencies that are operating within that program. To go back, we push on the left arrow. It again shows the programs. When I push it again, it shows the complex. And if I push it again, it goes back to the main menu. So when you begin to use your device, remember, you have to do the detoxing first, and then you can follow up with some other program. We recommend number 8, which is the Super Program. Also number 153, which is activation of energy. So in summary of how you start, you select first the detox programs, nighttime and daytime, and then run number 8, which is Super Program, and number 153, which you find on the back side here, it's activation of vital energy. Why are there different modes? The different modes produce different intensities in the field. Mode number 1 and 2 are used mostly for bodily functions, while modes 3 and 4 are used more for brain and emotional functions. Behind each complex on the list, you will see the recommended mode. It is best to use the recommended mode. If you don't use the recommended mode, nothing bad will happen. However, the effects will not be as beneficial as if you use the correct mode. It is somewhat like adjusting the treble and the bass on your speakers. They still work, but they're not optimal. Next, let's look at how you adjust the settings. So again, power up your device by pressing the power on. Use the down arrow to settings and press OK. You're going to see a list of settings. We'll scroll down through those: mode, signal strength, PC connection, brightness, sound, vibro, menu language, color scheme, and info. So let's start with mode. How do I adjust the mode? When you're in this screen, you just simply click on OK, and you're going to see 4 modes. You simply scroll up and down and select whichever mode that you have noted to be behind the complex that you're running. Press the back button, and now you can go back to your complex, and now you select your complex. when you look at this, each complex has a runtime, and you'll see that on your screen. So if we go down to allergic rhinitis, as you see it scrolling across the screen, you'll see that it's mode 1 or 2, and we selected mode 2. When mode 1 is being used, one antenna, so these indicate where the antenna are, one antenna is being used. For modes 2, 3, and 4, 3 antennae are being used, and so the intensity and the size of the field is larger. How do I adjust the signal strength? So when you're in the main menu, you use your down arrow, click on OK, down arrow to signal strength, and you're going to see 4 different levels of intensity. So you control these by your up and down arrows. Most of the time, the signal strength of 50 is appropriate. If you're running this device during the night and it's on your nightstand and it's a little further away, you want to run it with a higher intensity. And so you change it here. When you're finished with that, you hit the return button. Once you're finished with the signal strength, you can now go down to the next setting. Click on the down arrow, click OK, and that opens the PC connection. You won't be using that unless you're adding programs to your device. Hit the return button, scroll down to brightness. Now we usually leave ours set here in the middle, but if it happens to be a really bright day and you can't see it, you can increase the screen brightness by pushing on the up arrow. We'll take it back down to there, hit the return button. We'll now go down to sound. Sound is on. If you prefer to have it off, then you push the OK button. We usually leave ours on. Some of the devices that we have received, the sound doesn't seem to be working. And so if that's the case, you don't really need it. We'll show you in a minute why. Hit the return button, go down to vibro, hit OK. So this is a little vibration that the device creates at the beginning of a complex and at the end of a complex. If you want that vibration off, simply select that and return. If you want it back on, hit the up arrow, hit OK, and then again hit return. You can select a variety of languages. We obviously are using English, but it has quite a few languages available. Hit your return button, and second page here is color scheme. You can decide if you like the bright screen like this, or you can change it to a darker screen. So we usually use the light screen, but you might prefer the dark screen. If you want to go back to the light screen, simply move your cursor up, hit OK. The last item on the settings list is info. Click OK, and it gives you information about the device. If you hit the return button, now you're back to info. If you hit the return button, you're back to complexes. Now that you've kind of set things up for yourself, you're ready to start entering complexes. So how do you select complexes? From the main screen, you hit OK, and now you have 6 different complexes. If you want to go through your list, you can hit the down arrow one time and it'll move down 1 step. If you want to do, let's say, number 65, you can just hold that button down and it'll scroll through much more rapidly. So we're going to go to 65. And that's for flu or influenza. It's mode 1 or 2. If you want to see what programs are in flu, you just push the right arrow, and it'll now show you all of the programs that are active in that complex. And let's say you want to see the frequencies that are running inside of that particular program. So within detox, lymph, and intracellular, you hit the right arrow, and now it shows all of the frequencies that are active in that particular program. For most of us, this is not important information, but it's important to know how to see it if you are interested in that. Now, if you want to go right back to the top, you just hit the return button again. To do additional complexes, you press OK. And if you decide you want to do a program that's in the upper numbers, if you push the up arrow, now you can go from the highest number to the lowest number. And again, if you want to do it faster, you can just hold the button down and it will scroll through rapidly until you're back to the program that you selected. Let's say conscious dreaming. Click on OK, and now you see that complex, the first program in that complex. You also see on your screen it's mode 2, and you see your intensity. So it's recommended that you do a body scan before you run the complex. And the way you do that is just select your complex. And let's say you're going to do alpha for peace. So what you do is you push the OK button, and then you hold this device about 8 inches from the front of your body with the back of the device toward you. And after about 8 or 10 seconds, it'll vibrate in your hand, and then you will have performed the scan, and now your body is ready to start using this complex. So how do you repeat a program or a complex? Again, you power up your device. You now are on the main screen, and you have selected a program, and we're going to select allergic rhinitis. I've already showed you how you can see what programs are within that and what frequencies are running within that individual program. You've decided that you want to use allergic rhinitis. When you click on OK, turn it around, hold it in front of you about 8 inches away to do the body scan, and then after it vibrates, you look at the screen again, and let's say that you want to repeat that. So if you click on the right arrow, a small R in a square appears on the screen. That's going to repeat that program. If you hit the right arrow again, it will repeat the entire complex. Now the run time for that is 5 hours, 23 minutes. And while it is running, and when it completes its cycle, it will repeat automatically without you having to reset it. If you don't want to repeat, you hit the right arrow again, and that disappears. So let me review that. If you want to repeat it, simply hit the right arrow. That will repeat this program. And if you want to repeat the entire complex, you hit the right arrow again, and the R moves to the complex. To turn it off, you hit the button there again. So how can I tell if my device is working correctly? What you do is you turn it on, and you have the main screen, and then you turn the device, and you look into this little hole here, and with your magnet, you move that up and down. So when you move that magnet up and down on the left side, you can see a little blue light come on. When that blue light is on, it indicates that the device is working properly. Can this device be used to help other people at a distance? The answer to that is no. This is not a scalar energy device. Scalar energy devices produce a different kind of electromagnetic field that can project to many people at a distance. This device only works when it's within your electromagnetic field. For most people, that's within about 2 feet of your body. Some people, the field is larger. If you're really sick or depressed, that field can be smaller, but it only works when it's within your field, not at a distance. People often ask me, can this device be used to charge water? And the answer to that is yes. So you put some water in a glass container, not plastic, or it can be a small jar. This really isn't designed to create large amounts of programmed water, but what you do is you turn your device on, press the power button, and then you check your mode, whatever program that you want to run. So you look at your little cheat sheet, and let's say you want to run acne, number 15. So you click on OK, use your down arrow till you hit 15. Then you select that by hitting OK, turn the device around, bring it to you to do a body scan. When it vibrates then, you place it with the back of the device towards the glass, and then you just let that program run through its entirety. This particular program, Acne, is 3 hours and 34 minutes. So you would let this sit next to the glass for 3.5 hours, and then you come back and you can then drink the water. So I didn't run the whole program, but I need to drink water. People often ask me if you can use the device while it's being charged, and the answer to that is yes. You simply plug it into your USB plug. So when the red light comes on, it indicates that it's charging. So what you can do then is you can turn the power on, check your little cheat sheet to see which mode you need, change it in the settings if needed, click OK, and then select, in this case we'll select the nighttime detox, number 14. You push the button, hold it against you with the back toward you, wait until it vibrates, and then you place it next to you in the bed with the face down, or you can set it on your nightstand with the back of the device facing you. It takes about 1.5 hours to 2 hours to recharge. You don't have to do it at night, but I run quite a few programs during the day, so I almost always recharge my device during the night. I purchased a 10-foot charging cord with a micro B USB end on it, and so I use that at night so I don't have to be dealing with a short 3-foot cord that came with the device. In the future, when you're using this to connect to your PC for downloading additional programs, always use the cord that came with the device, because that's a data cord as well as a power cord. And some of the longer cords that you might purchase for using it at night might not be data cords. Can you use a portable power pack to charge it? The answer to that is yes. It easily charges from any of the traditional power packs. In conclusion to this presentation, I just want to reread the disclaimer. Swarna Guard is not a medical device. It does not treat or cure any disease or illness. Rather, it assists the body in decreasing the toxin loads and restoring self-regulation, thereby letting the body recover itself. Thank you very much. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me at bob.huttinga@gmail.com or text me at 989-287-1986. Thank you.